Will be an explanation on discontinuous variation. It's one of the two types of variations that we see within populations of organisms, and basically they refer to phenotypic differences that we see between organisms, whether they're discontinuous or continuous. In this video, I'll be talking about discontinuous variation, and I'll be using a genetic diagram to support the idea. This is basically a cross between two parents with blood type. We usually use A with the superscript of A or A, O, or B to represent blood type. And the parental phenotypes. Over here we have a person with blood type AB and another person with blood type O. So basically when we cross their children, we'll notice that their phenotypes, they're either blood type A, blood type B, and they're all heterozygous because the parent was homozygous for blood type O, which is the only way to be blood type O when you have the absence of, any alleles for this. So basically that we see that their children are blood type AB. There is a category of blood, also known as AB, where you have both, but that's just another class. That doesn't mean that it's necessarily an in-between. So by no additives, it basically means that alleles have a very strong and a large effect on the phenotype. So basically, if you add more of an allele, it's not going to make a difference. You're either a phenotype or another phenotype, but there's no in between, there's no mixing. We call it qualitative because we look at the quality of how the phenotypes come out rather than quantity. So we don't look at the number necessarily because there's not much variation. There's only 4 types of blood groups. And basically no phenotypes in between. They're usually represented by bar graphs, no line graphs or histograms, because there's not going to be a bell curve or any mixing of phenotypes. So you're not going to have some that lie in between A and B or B and AB or AB and O. You're basically into clear cut classes, and that's about it.